Too often the jam looks just like another practice session, with b-boys with their funky sweatpants and all. I take my jams and competition seriously, so check out how I spent the last week before a big battle.
Focus.
Yeah, welcome to the knowledge drop by folks at the Flow Mo crew, BBOY.com and Cypher Studio. Since more and more competitions start to pop up all around the world these days, it's a good time to see how I prepare for battles after all of the training is done. Champions aren't made in the rings like Muhammad Ali said, or ciphers or stages. They are made in the gyms months or even years before the actual moment of the battle. You should already know that. But what have I done after all the hard training is done at the week off? Well, check it out with my top 5 checklist. 1. On Monday, I stopped training to avoid overtraining, to make sure that I recover properly from my practice, and also to make sure my inspiration is stacked up. On Monday, I start training for the whole entire week. I will take the whole week off the practice. I will stay active, but make more space. Way too often I hear people pulling a heavy session right before, the night before the battle, and then wonder what went wrong. Why didn't they go through the prelims? Why they break better in the practice? I let the inspiration stack up, so I get to explode once time. I meditate, I look for things that inspire me, and breathe. 2. I visit my local print shop, Print Helsinki, to make sure my crew prints are ready. This way, even if I travel alone, I got my people with me, so that I represent something bigger than myself, and I got my people backing me up. I pick my designs, get a new shirt or 2, and make sure they are ready before my departure. 3. Making sure that my gear is fresh. Jam is not a practice session, guys. Don't show up with your funky sweatpants with holes in them. I've seen this too many times. If you really want to make it in battles, then dress accordingly to be taken serious. Personally, I love to go with jeans over sweatpants. Same as if I was going to a club or a party or any place with an audience. I make sure that if I wear a hat, it's something that stays on and doesn't fly out straight on the first drop. And I make sure that my sneakers are fresh. If they're box fresh, then I do a small and easy session to warm them up. Check for Formula 1, they always warm up their tires before big competitions. Box fresh sneakers are often a little bulky. If they're old, then I make sure to wash them and set up the laces right, making sure that they're symmetric so that the first one goes up and in. I pick models preferably a little bigger and heavier over small and light ones. Let's say, for example, top 10s over Stan Smiths. I love being on the limit of a little bit too heavy and hard to break. They look better, they give you character, and actually they give you a little bit extra momentum as well for your sweeps. Lightness in sneakers is overrated. 4. If the jam is on a different time zone, then I start adapting already at home. Think ahead of which way you have to adjust your sleeping patterns. This helps me maintain enough rest whenever I travel further. And on the plane, I make sure that my rest goes smooth too. For me, that means noise-cancelling headphones, sleeping mask over the eyes, audiobooks ready and downloaded. I try to get at least a day or 2 extra at the destination before the battle, to overcome the stress and burden of traveling. And 5. After the battle is finally done, I take another week off for my recovery. This is my reward for all the hard work done before the battle. Most likely I gave my all on the floor on the weekend, so this allows my mind, soul and body to take the time needed in order to rebuild. If I went straight back to heavy training right after the battle, my body would break down. And out of respect for the only tool I have, I let it recover and be ready for the next event. And the next step, join my free workshop at BBOY.com. Knowledge drop is out. See you on the next one. Peace.